This is Andrea, and today I'm making red velvet cake. This classic Southern cake is perfect for Christmas or any time of year. So let me show you what you're going to need, and as always, I'll make sure to put the recipe in the description box. So you are going to need flour, sugar, room temperature buttermilk, oil, vinegar, red food coloring, vanilla. You're also going to need baking soda, cocoa powder, and salt. A lot of people like to liken red velvet cake to a chocolate cake, and it's really not. There's only 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder in this entire cake. You're also going to need 2 room temperature eggs, and then for the icing, you're going to need powdered sugar, room temperature cream cheese and butter, and toasted pecans. Pecans are totally optional, but I feel like it's not a red velvet cake without those chopped pecans. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is whisk together our dry ingredients. So I just added my flour and sugar and cocoa powder, salt, and baking soda. And I'm just going to use a whisk to bring everything together. You could also use a sifter if you'd like. But the point is you just want to aerate those ingredients. Okay, now I'm gonna whisk my wet ingredients together. Just added my oil, buttermilk, vinegar, vanilla, food coloring, and be careful with this because of course it is dye, and my eggs. And just whisk it all together. So next, I'm just adding my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients. I'm gonna use a hand mixer. You could use a mixing bowl, like a stand mixer if you want to, but I'm just gonna use a hand mixer. And I'm gonna mix everything until it's smooth, but I'm not going to over mix it. Okay, so once your batter is mixed, you're gonna take 3 9-inch cake pans. I sprayed mine with Baker's Joy, which is a baking spray that has flour and oil in it, or you can just use Crisco and some flour too. And you're going to evenly distribute the batter between the pans. Okay, so my cakes are ready to go into the oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And by the way, if you don't want to make a 3-layer red velvet cake, 2 layers will work just fine. But I'm gonna let these bake for about half an hour. Okay, so I just took the cakes out of the oven. I am going to let them cool in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then I am going to turn them over onto a baking rack and let them cool completely. Okay, now it's time to work on our cream cheese icing. I added 1 stick of unsalted butter and my cream cheese as well, 8 ounces. And I'm just gonna mix the cream cheese and butter together. And once you've mixed the cream cheese and butter together, you're gonna add the powdered sugar a little at a time, or about half at a time. Okay, so I beat the icing for about 5 minutes until it was nice and light and fluffy. And now I've just added in my pecans. My pecans are probably a little bit darker than what you're used to because I did roast them. I do like to toast my pecans with this icing, and so that's what I did. Again, it's not mandatory, it's just a personal preference, and I'm just incorporating them into that icing. And now I'm just going to ice the cake 1 layer at a time, and I've put the cake top side down. And I'm just using an offset spatula just to spread that icing out. And now it's time to ice the 3rd layer and the sides. Okay, so here is the cake completely iced. Now I'm gonna cut out a slice so you all can see what it looks like. Okay, so here is the cake, and here is the piece that I cut out so you all could see. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd love to have you. And I have an entire playlist of quick and easy recipes that I will link in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.